to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncers' gilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. We're here at the Lynn Boxing Club, joined by Alex Guevel once again. Just first of all, I'll give you the mic. Why are we here today, mate?
It's so basically we're donating £10,000 to the Lynn AC Boxing Club to essentially save them. Their doors are currently shut. The floors not in a great state, as you can see behind you. The toilets need a huge amount of work. It's basically a health and safety risk. The doors have been shut. The club got in touch with Eddie first and then came through to myself, and we decided that we'd love to pledge some money to essentially reopen the doors and save them. So that's why we're here today, and it's great to connect Ellie Scottney as a former member, Mike Costello as a former member, connect them with their old community club as well.
Yeah, and certainly with Mike Costello and Ellie Scottney, it crosses generations. It shows the history that this club has. You can look behind you, all the paper cut clippings, which is all around this gym. It's just dented with history, isn't it? So how important is it to keep places like this open around the UK?
Vitally, mate. 1892 this club was founded. It's the oldest boxing club in the country. Some of the stories that Mike and Keith Walters, who's been here all his life, some of the stories they've told about what this club's done for them, what it means to them. Obviously Ellie came here, it's her first boxing gym. This is where she learnt her trade. Keeping these doors open means that the next generation are afforded the opportunity to do that as well, and that's what it's all about. So for us to make this pledge is huge.
And I know it's only one club, but as soon as one goes, another might follow, then another might follow, and then suddenly you're losing the next generation of British boxers, and then that could have a big dent on what is a thriving scene at the minute. So from your standpoint, how important is it for this next generation, this next crop, to be nurtured in these old school places like this?
This gym, as I walked in for the first time this morning, it's got a unique feel to it. I felt a little bit similar when I went to Repton the other week as well. It's almost like a museum when you walk in. You look around, like the walls, the history, some of the old photos, the old posters. It has a unique feel to it. And for young kids to kind of walk into these kind of environments, feel that history and feel like you're part of that, I believe it has like a different sense to maybe some other gyms when you walk in, and that's why it's so important that we save clubs like this. But equally, any clubs around the country, this is the first of many kind of pledges like this that we're going to do, that we're going to make back into the community facility. So the more clubs that we as Matchroom can help and can benefit in the long run, then the better for me.
I don't know, Eddie, Matchroom, yourself, and it's your kind of job to do this, but they want to help so many clubs, and you are shining on the light on those already. But I just spoke to Eddie, and he said, look, he'd love to, but you just can't help every single club. So with that being said, how important is it for the government to get involved and show some funding in this much-needed area?
Massively so. We've got a huge platform at Matchroom, and that's part of what we want to do as well. We're shining a light on this club in this sense, but there's so many more that need support. So if we can showcase this as one case study of a club that needs support and utilise our platform to spread that message to even more people, then hopefully another club or more clubs across the country will also, local authorities might look and go, yeah, well, we've got a club in our local area that needs support in the same sense. So if we can shine this light on the Lynn today, and someone else watches it out there and goes, oh, we've got a gym like that just in our local area, needs a bit of support, hopefully that will benefit them as well. So that's part of what we want to do as well.
On a personal level, how rewarding is it to see this gym here today? Look, it's not in the best of states. The floor's kind of broken. You said the toilets need work. It's been shut for, I think, about a month, 6 weeks. And by the time September 30th comes around, which coincides with the date of Ellie Scottney's title defence, it will reopen to kids every day of the week with volunteers, and it'll be a fully functioning amateur boxing club again.
Honestly, it makes you really proud. You walk in, the gym doors are shut. as it stands. The kids are currently training at another gym locally, Bermondsey Boxing Club. So massive shout to them for helping the club get through this tough time. They've been out doing hill sprints, out using the park. Luckily at the moment we've got some good weather. What would the club be doing if the weather wasn't so good? So to come down and see the club in this state, but then come back in a few weeks' time, the doors will be reopened. It'll be a thriving, bustling community boxing gym. For me, in terms of job satisfaction on a personal level, as you said, it didn't really get much better.
Last one then, what should the government be doing to help yourselves and just coincide with everything you're doing to make amateur boxing a better place and push this sport?
In its simplest sense, I'd say come down and visit them. If we could get local MPs down to their clubs to come and see the work that's taking place in these communities, come and see it for yourselves. That's what it's all about. You'll see the discipline, the respect, the friends that kids are making. They're getting fitter, healthier, better mental health. It's so many different benefits to boxing that doesn't involve even getting in a ring. So I'd encourage anyone, in those kind of roles and positions to come down to the local boxing gym, see what's taking place, and hopefully we'll be able to make an even bigger sort of positive dent in these kind of projects moving forward.
Listen, Alex, thank you very much for speaking to me today, and obviously there's plenty of more where this comes from because it's truly special today. Hopefully this historic building can be pushed into the 21st century a little bit, but still maintaining that heritage. And I'll see you on Friday, mate.
Will do, mate. First of many.
First of many. Thank you very much.
You to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,